Everybody, this is Mike with Plus 8 Precision, and welcome back to the shop, the motorcycle shop. This bike, you might have seen it in some of the background shots of some of my other videos. This is my bike, and right now what I need to do is replace the battery. I replaced the battery with a non-Harley Davidson battery a couple years ago, and I didn't even get a full 2 years out of it, and that was taking care of it with a battery tender, bringing it in the house in the winter times, so it doesn't stay out in the cold, and it still failed. Well, when I called the Harley Davidson dealership to buy one, because at least those batteries lasted me up to 5 years, they didn't have any in stock. Guess what? COVID. So finally I called and they have one in stock, so I went and bought it. Way more money than it needs to be, but it is what it is, right? You gotta pay to play. So I'm gonna do a quick video after this long introduction, just swapping out the battery. If you've done this, then you probably don't see a need for a video, but if you haven't, then the video could help you up and get you on your way quicker and faster than you might have been able to just by trial and error. So let me get started, and we'll knock this out in a few minutes. Alright, I'm going to do this first part by hand. I'm going to show you the most difficult screw to get to in removing the seat. So I've got it kind of set up, and hopefully you'll be able to get a glimpse of it. What it is it's tucked all the way back here behind the tour pack, and it's the back of the seat is fastened to the fender. So let me see if I can show you the way I've got it kind of set up. Got a flashlight in there, and you can see I've already got the screw out, but there's like a piece of chrome, piece of stainless, and the screw goes through it and attaches it to the fender. It's not an easy thing to film, but that's the hardest one to get to. Once you do that, you're good as gold to get the seat out. And here's the way I get my seat off. Lift this little flap up, grab from the back, pull forward, lift up. Okay, and then this piece here slides into a slot in the top of the frame, the backbone. So just make sure when you slide it out, you just kind of pull it and lift the back up at the same time. This won't give you any trouble. Alright, here you see the battery. This is the old battery. And we got our negative cable, positive cable, battery hold down. Pretty straightforward. You always want to take off the negative cable first. That way, if when you're taking off the positive side and you inadvertently touch a piece of metal, you won't get anything grounded. If you leave this on and do that with the positive, you will ground out the battery. And you could weld it out, get burned, whatever, anything bad. So just take the negative off first. We'll get those undone. This is a 10mm wrench. And then it takes the Torx bit for the fastening. I'm not sure what size. I think it's a T40, I believe. I'll grab that when I'm ready for it. But let's take these off and keep going. And there's never a need to really crank down on these. And this is an aftermarket battery again, so you've got these little bushings that have to make up the difference from this being flush, if you can see that. Harley Davidson batteries, the terminal comes all the way out to the edge. The aftermarket batteries always stop short. And then it's just a matter of muscle to get this out of here. Ugh. In the Harley Davidson battery, the washers are on, so you don't have to have the washers separate. And again, the terminal comes out to the edge, so you don't need that little filler washer. And again, connecting these in reverse, starting with the positive and ending with the negative. You could have went and tightened that up all the way, but you can always have a smaller wrench. Just keep your hand on it at all times so you're not going to hit anything metal. And at least in this case, my case, there isn't much metal to hit. You have some wires here. They're all covered with sheathing, so you'd have to try to hit some metal. But it's always better to be careful. And then we just put the battery hold down back on. I don't know what the torque spec is on this, but it's a battery, so you don't have to go crazy with it. You don't want to mash anything. Just want it to hold the battery down so it doesn't move around. And that's pretty much it. The seat goes on in reverse order. See that cutout right there? That is where the tab on the seat slides into there and then sets back down. So if I can show you that. And that's as easy as it is changing a Harley Davidson battery on an FLH TCU eyes, otherwise known as a Harley Davidson Electra Glide Ultra Classic. Hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, my content can change depending on what I got going on and what needs to happen versus a project that I want to do. So this was just a quick one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, you enjoy this kind of content or any of my other content on my videos, please give me a thumbs up, write a comment, good or bad. And if you really like the content, subscribe to the channel. I try to put out a video as frequently as I possibly can, but you know, when you're working stiff and you got projects around the house to do, you can't always, you know, try to do it no matter how hard you put your heart into it or your mind. But this is Mike with Plus 8 Precision. Thanks for watching.